Los Angeles, the city of dreams, Hollywood glamour, and championship basketball. Or at least that's what it is for the Lakers. But there's another team in Los Angeles, a team that built the most expensive arena in NBA history, a $2 billion palace of technology and ambition. And yet, walk through Intuit Dome on any given night, and you'll notice something shocking. Empty seats. Quiet hallways, a gleaming arena that feels strangely hollow. The Los Angeles Clippers promised a new era. Steve Ballmer, the former Microsoft CEO and now the richest sports team owner in the world, spent $2 billion building their new home. Facial recognition entry. Interactive seats, a revolutionary fan section called The Wall. Every technological innovation money could buy, and yet the fans aren't showing up. The 2024-25 season tells a troubling story. What happened to the millions of basketball fans who were supposed to flood this desert of entertainment? And more importantly, is the Clippers' dream of escaping the Lakers' shadow slipping away for good? This isn't a story about money. Steve Ballmer has more money than almost anyone on earth. This is a story about something money cannot buy. History. Identity. Love. The Clippers have been in Los Angeles for 40 years. They've never won a championship. They've never even reached the NBA Finals. And despite a $2 billion investment in a state-of-the-art arena, they still can't fill the seats. The Lakers, meanwhile, have 17 championship banners hanging from the rafters of Crypto.com Arena. Jack Nicholson sitting courtside, a waiting list for season tickets that stretches for years. Same city, same sport, two completely different realities. So what makes a franchise matter? What transforms a team from a collection of players into something people care about? And can the Clippers ever escape the curse that has followed them for over 5 decades? The answers lie in understanding how we got here. From Buffalo to San Diego. From Donald Sterling to Steve Ballmer. From Lob City to Kawhi Leonard. Every chapter tells the same story. Close, but never enough. Promising, but always disappointing. Building something beautiful that somehow remains empty. The Clippers franchise didn't start in Los Angeles. It didn't even start in California. In 1970, the NBA expanded. 3 new teams joined the league. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Buffalo Braves. That last one matters, because the Buffalo Braves would eventually become the team we now know as the Los Angeles Clippers. The early years in Buffalo showed promise. Bob McAdoo emerged as a scoring champion. The team made the playoffs 3 times. There was potential. There was hope. But championships never came. Ownership changed. The franchise struggled to find its footing. In 1978, the team moved to San Diego. They renamed themselves the Clippers, a beautiful name inspired by the sailing ships that once filled San Diego's harbor. Romantic, elegant, cursed. 3 years later, a man named Donald Sterling bought the team for $12.5 million. He was a Los Angeles real estate developer. He had made his fortune in apartment buildings. And he would own the Clippers for the next 33 years. Those 33 years defined everything that the Clippers became. Sterling was cheap. He refused to spend money on players. He refused to invest in the organization. He treated the team like a real estate asset rather than a competitive sports franchise. Buy low, spend nothing, collect revenue, but it was worse than cheap. Sterling had a documented history of discrimination, lawsuits, settlements, allegations that stretched back decades. The NBA knew, the league knew, and somehow nothing changed. The results on the court reflected the dysfunction of it. During Sterling's ownership, the Clippers made the playoffs only 5 times. They won exactly 1 playoff series. 1 in 33 years. The Lakers during that same period won 6 championships. Sports Illustrated published an article in 2000 calling the Clippers the worst franchise in sports history. Not just basketball. All sports. The evidence was overwhelming. Decades of losing. Decades of mismanagement. Decades of players who couldn't wait to leave. And the fans, in the 1990s, Clippers games averaged around 9,000 people in a city of 4 million. In one of the biggest media markets in the world, 9-2s, the team played in the same arena as the Lakers. But before every Clippers game, workers had to cover up the Lakers championship banners. After every game, they uncovered them again. The Clippers weren't tenants. They were ghosts, invisible reminders of what basketball in Los Angeles could be if everything went wrong. Players avoided signing with the Clippers. Free agents wanted nothing to do with the organization. Talented players demanded trades. The franchise became a punchline, a cautionary tale, the place where careers went to die. And through it all, Sterling collected his checks. Everything changed in 2011, or at least it seemed like it would. Chris Paul wanted out of New Orleans. The star point guard, one of the best in the league, asked for a trade. The Lakers thought they had a deal, a package of players and picks that would bring Paul to Hollywood's team. Then NBA Commissioner David Stern vetoed the trade. The league owned the New Orleans Hornets at the time. Stern declared the Lakers' offer insufficient. The basketball world erupted in controversy, but quietly, the Clippers made their move. They traded for Chris Paul instead, and suddenly, everything looked different. Paul joined Blake Griffin. The explosive power forward had already become a sensation. His dunks were legendary. At the 2011 Slam Dunk Contest, Griffin jumped over a car. The crowd went crazy. Social media exploded. Blake Griffin was a star. Add DeAndre Jordan at center, a physical specimen who could dominate the paint. The pieces were in place for something special. Griffin said it himself at the press conference. It's going to be Lob City. The nickname stuck, and for a few glorious years, Lob City delivered. Alley-oops every night. Blake Griffin flying through the air. Chris Paul threading impossible passes. DeAndre Jordan destroying the rim. The Clippers became appointment television. They were exciting. They were watchable. They were relevant. From 2011 to 2017, the Clippers won 313 regular season games. Only Golden State and San Antonio won more. For the first time in franchise history, the Clippers were consistently better than the Lakers. For the first time, Staples Center sold out for Clippers games. For the first time, people in Los Angeles actually cared. Doc Rivers came aboard as coach. He had won a championship in Boston. He brought credibility. He brought experience. He brought hope that this time might be different. But the playoffs told a different story. 6 seasons of Lob City. 6 seasons of regular season success. 0 conference finals. 0 finals appearances. 0 championships. The Clippers would build leads in playoff series, 10 collapse. The pattern became painfully familiar. In 2015, they went up 3-1 against the Houston Rockets in the second round. 3 games from the conference finals, they lost 3 straight. Series over. Magic Johnson tweeted that the game would haunt them forever. He was right. The chemistry that made Lob City special also tore it apart. Blake Griffin and Chris Paul clashed. Egos collided. Matt Barnes later explained that the superstars butted heads constantly. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many personalities competing for control. And then in 2014, everything exploded. Audio recordings leaked of Donald Sterling making racist comments to his girlfriend. "Don't bring black people to my games." The words were clear. The evidence was undeniable. The NBA had ignored Sterling's history for decades. Now the world was listening. Commissioner Adam Silver banned Sterling for life, maximum fine. Forced sale of the team. The punishment was historic. Steve Ballmer paid $2 billion for the Clippers. At the time, it was the highest price ever paid for an NBA franchise. The former Microsoft CEO promised a new era. Resources, investment, a commitment to winning. But Lob City was already dying. In 2017, Chris Paul left for Houston. Blake Griffin was traded to Detroit. DeAndre Jordan went to Dallas. The core that had made the Clippers relevant scattered across the league. Once again, the Clippers started over from nothing. The summer of 2019 brought what seemed like the ultimate validation. Kawhi Leonard had just won an NBA championship with the Toronto Raptors. He was the Finals MVP. He was the best player in basketball. And he chose the Los Angeles Clippers. Not the Lakers. The Clippers. He brought Paul George with him. Oklahoma City traded the All-Star forward in a deal that shocked the league. Suddenly the Clippers had two superstars in their prime. Suddenly they were championship favorites. The narrative shifted. This was the Clippers' moment. After decades of failure, they had assembled a team capable of winning it all. Steve Ballmer's investment was paying off. The Lakers had LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but the Clippers had something special too. Expectations soared. Then the 2020 playoffs arrived. The Clippers built a 3-1 lead against the Denver Nuggets in the second round. 3 games from the conference finals, the same position they'd been in before. The same opportunity, the same script. They lost 3 straight. Series over. The collapse was devastating. National media questioned everything. The roster, coaching, the franchise's DNA. Was there something fundamentally broken about the Clippers? Were they cursed? What followed made things worse. Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL in the 2021 playoffs. He missed the entire 2021-22 season recovering. The next year, he played 52 games before tearing his meniscus in the playoffs. In 2023-24, he managed 68 games, his most in years, before knee inflammation sidelined him again. The pattern was relentless. Kawhi would show flashes of his championship form. Then his body would break down. The Clippers would build around him. Then watch him sit on the bench in street clothes during the games that mattered most. In 5 seasons with the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard has missed 179 of 435 possible games. That's 41% of the time unavailable. The franchise committed over $150 million to a player who cannot stay healthy. Paul George left in the summer of 2024. He signed with Philadelphia, another star who came to the Clippers promising championships and left without delivering one. The current roster features aging veterans. James Harden, Chris Paul, back for another run. Brook Lopez, Kawhi Leonard, when healthy. The average age keeps climbing. The championship window keeps shrinking. And still no title. Still no finals appearance. Still the same story the Clippers have told for 55 years. The Intuit Dome was supposed to change everything. Steve Ballmer invested $2 billion. Private financing. No public money. His vision. His statement. A declaration that the Clippers had arrived. The numbers are staggering. $2 billion in construction costs. A 23-year naming rights deal with Intuit, worth $500 million. Capacity for nearly 18,000 fans. Technology that makes other arenas look like relics. Facial recognition at every entrance. Walk up to the gate. Your face is scanned. You're inside. No tickets. No phones. Host your face, grab and go. Concession stands. Pick up what you want. Walk away. The system charges your account automatically. No lines. No waiting. The Halo board suspended from the ceiling. A massive screen that wraps around the arena. Images that seem to float in mid. Technology you've never seen anywhere else. And the wall. 51 rows of hardcore fans stacked vertically behind one basket. The section is designed to intimidate opposing players during free throws. You have to be certified to sit there. Prove your Clippers loyalty. No opposing jerseys allowed. Stand the entire game. Ballmer thought about everything. He studied the problems with other arenas. Long bathroom lines. He built more toilets per fan than any venue in North America. Slow concessions. He eliminated wait times. Distant seats. Amobet fans 45 feet closer than at Crypto.com Arena. I don't want people waiting in line, Ballmer said. I want them back in their damn seats. Classic Ballmer energy. The same enthusiasm he showed at Microsoft rallies. Screaming developers. 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 Now channeled into basketball. And the fans? They're not coming. The 2024-25 season tells the truth. Average attendance around 16,000. Among the lowest in the NBA. Official records might claim sellouts, but tickets sold doesn't mean people showed up. Corporate sponsors buy blocks of seats. Employees don't use them. Season ticket holders view their investment as financial rather than emotional. They resell, or they don't show up. The secondary market floods with discounted tickets that still don't sell. Look at the upper bowl during a typical Clippers game. Empty rows. Empty sections. The technology works perfectly. The arena gleams, but the human element is missing. Transportation compounds the problem. Intuit Dome sits in Inglewood, southwest Los Angeles, near Lux Airport. Planes constantly overhead. From San Fernando Valley, the drive takes 2 hours in traffic. From Orange County, 90 minutes. From the Inland Empire, 2 hours. Los Angeles traffic is legendary. Brutal. Exhausting. A 7 p.m. game means leaving work at 5, fighting the freeways. Arriving stressed after the game, midnight before you're home. Work the next morning, parking costs a fortune. Ballmer built shuttle services, connected to metro stations. But Los Angeles isn't a public transit city. People drive. And people don't want to drive to Inglewood. The Lakers play at Crypto.com Arena, downtown. Heart of the city, metro accessible, walking distance from restaurants and bars, 17 championship banners. A waiting list for tickets. The Clippers play in Inglewood, next to the airport. 0 championship banners, empty seats. Money built the arena. Money bought the technology. Money cannot buy what the Clippers actually need. In Los Angeles, basketball means one thing. The Lakers, this has been true since 1960. 65 years of history. 12 championships in Los Angeles alone. Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Legends. Icons. Names that transcend basketball. Jack Nicholson has sat courtside for decades. Hollywood celebrities fill the premium seats. Showtime basketball in the 1980s changed how people watched the sport. Purple and gold became synonymous with winning. The Clippers arrived in Los Angeles in 1984. 40 years of trying to matter. 40 years of competing for attention. 40 years of losing. Surveys consistently show the split. Lakers fans outnumber Clippers fans by roughly 5-1, 80% to 15%. In the same city, watching the same sport. This ratio didn't change during Lob City. Didn't change when Kawhi Leonard arrived. Didn't change when Steve Ballmer opened Intuit Dome. History matters. Success matters. Championships matter. The Lakers have all 3. The Clippers have none. When the Lakers struggle, fans wait for the return to glory. They know it's coming. The franchises always bounce back. The Lakers are inevitable. When the Clippers succeed, people wonder how long until they collapse. The franchise has always disappointed. The Clippers are inevitable too, just in the opposite direction. A Clippers fan once wrote that supporting the team means rooting for the underdog. It means loyalty without expectation of reward. It means loving something that consistently breaks your heart. That kind of love is admirable, but it doesn't fill arenas. Visit Intuit Dome during a Clippers game. The crowd is different from Lakers games. More familias, more working-class fans, less celebrity glamour, more genuine passion from those who show up, but fewer of them show up. The wall section might be full, the hardcore fans chanting, creating atmosphere, but look around the rest of the arena. The quietness, the empty spaces, the technology working perfectly for people who aren't there. One visitor described Intuit Dome as magnificent but soulless. Incredible architecture. Stunning technology, but something essential missing. It felt like a tech expo rather than a basketball game. Impressive, but hollow. Steve Ballmer is worth over $150 billion. He can buy almost anything. He bought the most expensive arena in NBA history. He bought elite players. He bought cutting-edge innovation. He cannot buy what the Lakers have. 6 decades of winning. Generations of fans who grew up with purple and gold. Championship parades down the streets of Los Angeles. Kobe Bryant's memorial filling Staples Center with mourners. History cannot be purchased. It must be earned. And the Clippers, in 55 years, have earned nothing. The scandals keep coming. In fall 2025, Pablo Torre released a podcast making explosive allegations. Steve Ballmer and the Clippers had allegedly paid Kawhi Leonard through illegal channels. A fintech company called Aspiration served as the conduit. $28 million in extra payments, $20 million in company stock, all designed to circumvent the NBA's salary cap. The Clippers denied wrongdoing. They claimed to be victims of fraud. The founder of Aspiration, Joe Sonberg, had allegedly deceived them. But questions remained. Documents showed that Ballmer and co-owner Dennis Wong continued investing in Aspiration even after the company's financial problems became public, even after fraud allegations emerged. The money kept flowing. The NBA launched an investigation. High-powered lawyers were hired. The league promised a thorough examination. This wasn't the Clippers' first brush with controversy. The NBA had previously investigated Kawhi Leonard's free agency signing in 2019. Questions about tampering, questions about improper contact. The investigation eventually closed without major findings. And of course, Donald Sterling. 33 years of racism. Discrimination lawsuits. Settlements paid quietly. The league looking the other way, until the audio recordings made ignoring it impossible. The Clippers' history contains few championships, but many scandals. Few moments of triumph, but many moments of embarrassment. The pattern persists. A Clippers fan wrote that accepting losing is one thing, accepting injuries is one thing. Accepting fraud allegations is harder. It raises the question of who the team is actually playing for. Why would Steve Ballmer, worth over $150 billion, allegedly need illegal payments to sign a player? The amounts involved are rounding errors in his fortune. $28 million is nothing to someone with his wealth. Perhaps the answer is obsession. Ballmer famously missed the smartphone revolution at Microsoft. He laughed at the iPhone, called it ridiculous. One of the biggest mistakes in technology history. Now he owns a basketball team that has never won a championship. The desperation to win might override normal judgment. The fear of another historic failure might justify any means. But the results remain the same. Still no championship. Still empty seats. Still the shadow of the Lakers falling across everything the Clippers try to build. The 2028 Olympics are coming to Los Angeles. Intuit Dome will host basketball events. The world's attention will focus on Inglewood. Team USA will chase gold medals on American soil. Steve Ballmer's arena will showcase itself to billions of viewers. For a few weeks, the seats will be full. The atmosphere will be electric. The technology will impress visitors from every country. Intuit Dome will look like everything Ballmer promised. But what happens after the Olympics end? By 2028, Kawhi Leonard will be 37 years old. If he's still playing at all, James Harden will be 39. Almost certainly retired. Chris Paul will be 43. Long gone from the court. The Clippers roster will look completely different. The championship window that seemed to open with Kawhi's arrival will have closed long ago. A new generation of players will wear Clippers jerseys, facing the same challenges, carrying the same history. Will they have won a championship by then? The odds say no. 55 years without reaching the finals suggests the pattern will continue. The 1984 Olympics also came to Los Angeles. The Lakers won a championship 2 years later. Magic Johnson became an even bigger legend. The franchise rode the Olympic wave to greater heights. History could repeat. The Clippers could use the 2028 spotlight as a launching pad. They could finally break through, finally matter, finally escape the curse. Or history could continue its cruel pattern. The Olympics will fill Intuit Dome temporarily, then the world will leave. The Clippers will remain, playing in their beautiful empty arena, watching the Lakers collect championship banners across town. One analyst predicted that 2028 would showcase the arena perfectly. But not the team. The building would be remembered. The franchise would be forgotten. That's the reality of Los Angeles basketball. Steve Ballmer spent $2 billion trying to change that reality. He built something magnificent, something unprecedented, something that should have mattered. But buildings don't win championships. History isn't constructed. Identity isn't purchased. Some things must be earned. The Clippers have been trying to earn them for 55 years. Still trying. Still failing. Still waiting for something that may never come. Night falls over Inglewood. Intuit Dome glows against the darkness. The halo board pulses with light. The wall section chants in unison. Inside, another basketball game unfolds. The Clippers are winning tonight. The scoreboard shows a comfortable lead. But look at the stands, the empty sections in the upper bowl, the scattered gaps throughout the arena, the quiet that settles during breaks, in action. Steve Ballmer isn't courtside tonight, maybe watching from home, maybe not watching at all. The enthusiasm that defined his early ownership has given way to something else. Not despair exactly, but recognition, understanding. Kawhi Leonard sits on the bench. Knee problems again. The story that never changes. James Harden runs the offense. Chris Paul directs traffic. Brook Lopez provides veteran presence. They're good enough to win regular season games, not quite good enough for anything more. 55 years. Buffalo to San Diego. San Diego to Los Angeles. Sterling to Lob City to Kawhi. Different eras. Different players. Different promises. Same result. 0 championships. 0 finals appearances. The oldest franchise in major American professional sports to never play for a title. $2 billion invested in an arena. 16,000 fans showing up. Empty seats where a community should be. What is a franchise worth if nobody cares? The Lakers know. 65 years of caring. Generations of families passing down purple and gold. Championship parades that shut down the city. Kobe Bryant's death mourned by millions. LeBron James welcomed as the next chapter in an ongoing story. The Clippers don't know. They've never experienced it. They've never felt what it means to matter. Not really. Not in a way that fills seats and captures hearts and builds something lasting. Steve Ballmer tried to buy it. He had the money. He had the vision. He had the willingness to spend whatever it took. But some things cannot be bought. History must be made. Through winning. Through moments that matter. Through championships that validate decades of hope. Love must be earned. Through consistency. Through reliability. Through being there when it counts. The Clippers have never been there when it counts. Belonging must be built. Through time. Through shared experience. Through becoming part of the fabric of a city. The Lakers are woven into Los Angeles. The Clippers are stitched onto the surface. Visible but not attached. Tonight the Clippers will win their game. The final buzzer will sound. The fans who showed up will head home through the Inglewood traffic. Tomorrow there will be another game. Another opportunity to care. Most of Los Angeles won't notice. They'll be watching the Lakers. Or not watching basketball at all. The Clippers exist in their peripheral vision. Present, but not important. The arena will still be beautiful tomorrow. The technology will still work perfectly. The wall will still wait for fans to fill it. And the question will remain. Can the Clippers ever escape their history? Can $2 billion, by what? 65 years of Lakers dominance has made nearly impossible. Can a franchise that has never mattered suddenly start mattering? The answer lives in the empty seats. In the quiet hallways, in the gleaming arena that should be full but isn't. Some teams write history. Some teams watch history being written. The Clippers have been watching for 55 years. Still watching. Still waiting. Still hoping that somehow, someday, the story will change. But tonight, like every night, the stands are half empty. And tomorrow, like every tomorrow, Los Angeles will still belong to the Lakers.